It's Cherry again, or Cherry Bomb, and today we are here with the prologue of the, what was it called? Our Life Now and Forever demo. Right. This is part 3. And it is super fun. I love this. Oh my goodness. And we are right now about to follow Q, or yeah, I'm gonna say Q. I think it's Q. Or Key. It's either Q or Key. We're following him through the woods, and we are about to go and try and find the mysterious person. So, yay! Let's go on, Cherry Blossoms. Once you went through the foresty path, you had truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Ah! Nature spread across the land, with the narrow dirt line and fence being the only sign anyone had walked in this spot before you. People were only visitors here. Golden and red leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps, with each tree's branches flowing into the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun out almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with the light basking over them from above. The foot-made passage continued to twist around up higher into the mountainside, farther than you could see. You were amazed. It was sort of nice. You felt uneasy. You preferred the neighborhood over the woods. It was dirty and icky. This was your kind of place. Your curiosity was piqued. It was boring. This place was creepy. Awesome. This was a creepy place. Awesome. You regretted coming out here. The forest was frightening. That was a creepy place. Awesome! With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown every which way, you let yourself flow deeper into the thicket. Q watched your face. Your good mood was enough to rub off on him. I hang out in the neighborhood or the other parts of town most of the time, but woods can be cool too. Really? Why don't you visit more often? It's right by your house. I've lived here forever. Every day of my whole life. Stuff's always going on with people in the neighborhood and in town. The forest is the same whenever you come back. Trees, bushes, some birds. It's kind of weird when you think about it. The animation is so pretty. And he even blinks. Oh my god, I love this so much. This is so amazing. Oh my god. Besides, the plants looking different whenever the seasons change. It's like time doesn't exist here. Casually, Q. Is it Key or Q? Okay, we're gonna look this up right now. How to pronounce Q. Key. I don't know. Key. Okay, we're gonna turn this up.
This Chinese name. Let's break down the pronunciation. In Mandarin in China, it is said as Qiao.
Xiao? Okay, that's such a pretty name. I have been messing this up so bad. Xiao Li. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Xiao. That's so pretty. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay. Casually, Xiao lifted up his hands from his sides, only to gesture them downwards to the forest floor. And hey, this path we're walking on has always been here, even before I was born. He strolled along, kicking at a little piece of rock on the road and looking straight ahead. It's probably been around for as long as this place has been Golden Grove, or longer. For a second, he was thinking so hard the smile he almost always had went away. Then, something made him chuckle, and he pointed over to the side. But that fence is kind of new. I remember there just being the dirt when I was little. That's the only thing that's ever gotten different out here. Wow. The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest away from the town popped from a sudden unnatural clatter. You stopped. Wait, was that piece of fence always like that? That one's down. It was a whooshing, thumping, and stirring up of the leaves like something had crashed into them. You and Xiao shared a look, both checking that the other heard it too. I feel so bad for saying his name wrong this whole time. That wasn't me, and that wasn't you either. Yeah. You knew for sure that it wasn't the wind. It had to have been an animal or a person. It came from right over there. That thrilled Xiao. His voice shrunk into an eager whisper. It could be them. The mystery paper airplane sender. Let's go before they get away. That's so cute. You decided to just take a peek. You picked up a stick to throw that way, just to see if something happened. You wandered through the bushes to find the source of the sound. We're gonna go wander through the bushes. You pulled up your socks and began to make your way off the path and through the overgrowth. It was hard to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached a really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped at the branches and pushed them aside in order to open enough space for you to get past. You moved them the same way you'd open up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snapped from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plant scratch a little at your face and clothes. It wasn't as smooth of an entrance as you'd hoped it would be. On the other side of the tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing, and a ton of leaves that were gathered into piles. Why is my computer so angry at this? It keeps like flickering. Ugh. I don't know if y'all can see that. What did I just say? I said I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh my god. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to go, and nothing seemed out of place to you until... It's her! Tamara! Hello! There was a shout and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was... another kid. Who was this person? That's all you thought. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really red. They had sparkly hair, you noticed. You liked the scarf they had on. There were leaves stuck in their hair and clothes. That was the prettiest person you'd ever seen. I'm gonna go with that's the prettiest person you've ever seen. You stared at them and looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted back down. Hi, were you in there this whole time? You scared me. Do you live out here? Were you waiting for us? How did you know we were here? You're crazy. Awesome. You had no idea what to do. You're pretty. So pretty, you accidentally said loud. I don't think you're pretty. You began to laugh. I thought we were gonna catch someone, but you got us. There we go. That got the stranger giggling. Yeah, I got you. Xiao folded his arms across his chest. He blinked slowly and thoughtfully. He usually had plenty to say, but in that moment, he was left as stumped as one of the actual stumps in this forest. Wait here! The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get up off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaves scattering behind them, dropping out of their clothes, and being kicked up by their steps. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. You were already wondering what was going to happen next. Watching them go, Xiao finally found some words. I think I said Q again earlier. I don't know. It's another person I've never seen before today. He twisted around so the top of him was angled more toward you. He brought one of his hands to the side of his mouth and held the other close to his chest, pointing subtly in the direction the stranger went. Cherry, do you know this leaf kid? No. Xiao, you're the only person I've met here. I don't know anyone in this town, not even you. You shook your head strongly. You simply stared back at him. No. Yeah, I didn't think so. Xiao's arms fell back down like limp noodles, but he never took his eyes off the other person. He was definitely curious. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. They had used both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tight under the strain of the weight attached to it. The line of their mouth looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from your position way over here. It was a really full pack. But it didn't slow that kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave a wave and asked a question. Hi, are you girls too? Xiao gestured to the front of himself casually. I'm a boy. Mr. Xiaolin. Qiu and Lin. Oh, I said Li earlier. Lin. That's so pretty. Xiaolin. Wow, okay. Hi, Xiao. The kid turned their attention to you. Are you a girl? Well, yes. She sung her own praises in a chiming tone. Both girls, both girls! And all of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do. I'm Tamarack! Tamarack, that's a tree! Yeah, you're right! A tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot. Shag grinned widely at her enthusiastic introduction. It fits you. What's your last name? Bauman. Cool, Miss Tamarack Bauman. You know, my name means autumn. That's amazing. It's a match, too. How do people know how to do that? I think we're just lucky. Lots of kids don't have the right ones. Yeah. So what's your name? The girl you now knew as Tamarack sent the question your way. Xiao already gave his out. I'm Cherry. My name is Cherry Fair. It's Cherry Fair. Nice to meet you. I'm Miss Cherry Fair. You have an old library card with your name on it. You let her look at it. She didn't speak up. You let Xiao talk for you. You let Xiao talk for you. No, we're gonna go. It's Cherry Fair. Nice to meet you. Wow, hi Cherry. She greeted you with a finger spread wave of her hand, as sweetly as if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times. Ooh, okay. At the beginning, I kind of was like, whenever we get to the older parts, maybe we should go for Xiao, but I'm kind of liking Miss Tamarack here. And it is Tamarack, because that's a kind of tree. I know that. I think it's how it's pronounced, at least. This is how you know that I read and I don't talk to people. Do you think yours fits too? Your name? Yeah. No, I don't know. Sometimes, a little. It's alright, I guess. You nodded in agreement. You shook your head against that. You shrugged vaguely. I'd say yes, because, her hair's red. Our hair is red. Oh, alright. Your ribbon is nice. The ribbon on the hair! Oh! Thank you. Yeah, it is nice. Well, thanks, I guess. Oh, I like your hair tie too. My mama made me wear it. Uniform flatly. You just looked down shyly. My mama got it for me. You announced happily. You proudly reached up to straighten the ribbon on your head. I like your hair tie too. Thanks. It's cool to meet you, Tamarack. Maybe. He pointed a suspicious finger her way as he made another point with words. There was only one house for sale, anywhere near this neighborhood. Cherry lives there now. Where did you come from? Unless you're Cherry's mom! Tamarack was completely tickled by the idea, giggling and covering her mouth with her hands. She didn't do a good job at stopping any of the laughter from getting out. No, I'm not a mom. I moved in with my Omi and Opa. I knew it. I knew she must have moved there with her grandparents. You're living with your grandparents? Yeah, I was gonna say. Yep. I've never heard of that. Is that another language? Uh-huh. It's German. And they're German. Cool. You two know a lot. There's a granny who lives there and a guy that's her husband. That's your Omi and Opa? I think so, probably. Omi has really long hair, Opa has short hair, and some of it is in his face. Yeah! Xiao bobbed his head up and down with great understanding. Granny and him have a kid now? Huh, wow. Oh, alright. Nice. Nifty. I had no idea what it'd be like to not live with my mama. Why did you move in with them? What about your parents? Are your parents dead? You didn't say anything to that. I kind of want to say, are your parents dead? We're gonna save. We're gonna save. Just in case I make a stupid decision. Return to game. Are your parents dead? Cherry! Xiao's eyebrows pinched together as he whispered your name disapprovingly. What a worrywart. Tamarack didn't mind. She understood that was just a question. No. That ruined the superhero reveal you thought was about to happen with her story. Oh, then what? They're busy, and not at home. I wouldn't go to school or do anything if I stayed there. So I'm gonna live with Omi and Opa right now. Do you feel bad about it? No. I'm busy too. You are? Yeah. I've been here 5 days, and it's really good. There's so much out here. I probably won't be finished for a long, long time. Months, maybe. The loudness of Xiao's voice shot up. He was shocked and confused. 5 days? It's almost a week, and I've never even seen you. Where have you been this whole time? I said so before. I've been here. Tamarack used one foot to push against the ground and the other to stay upright and spun around in place once. I play in the forest every day. After getting the answer, he went normal volume again, but kept frowning. Aw, well, you can come with me and my friends if you wanted to, yeah. We hang out in the neighborhood and in town, and my backyard and stuff. If you see us, just walk over and join. You don't have to worry, they'll like you. And you can talk to me if you don't know what to do. She only shrugged, and the shoulder without the bag strap went up higher. Maybe. There wasn't a lot of interest for Xiao's offer. He finally grinned again. He watched Tamarack with a tilted head. You're like your Opa, huh? No one ever really sees him around either, even though he's lived here for 1,000,000 years. Tamarack squished her cheeks between her fingers, delighted. He likes his office a whole lot. This is my first day in Golden Grove. Wow, that's barely different at all. We're a match. She furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her. Hey, we're both girls and he's not. But are any of us the same age? I'm 10. You held up all 10 fingers. Next year you wouldn't have enough fingers to answer that way. I'm 10 too. Hooray! Same age forever! That's what he said. Oh, not in that way. Shh. Don't, no. As in Xiao. Xiao said that earlier. Don't. Happily, Tamarack held onto the worn strap of her big bag and bounced up and down in place. You decided that this was the perfect time to talk to her about everything that had happened. The paper might have been Xiao's, but it was possible she was the one who sent it to you. Hey, I got hit by a paper airplane a while ago. Was that you? Did you throw an paper airplane at me? Do you know anything about a paper airplane? Tell me the truth. Are you the paper airplane person? Do you know what this is? You asked while pulling out the page. I'm gonna do that. She began to cheer louder the moment she caught sight of the unusually colored page. You got it? Yeah, I got it. It's right here. Woo! She flung her arms up over her head in celebration, knocking her bag out to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her. My aim is good. You blinked at her in disbelief. You'd truly done it. You'd found the mystery person who owned the paper in the first place, and the person who actually sent it to you as a paper airplane. That is such a cool concept. These people are so talented and like, oh, and like the airbrush quality of these characters, like I need to know what platform they use. Like this is amazing. She was entertaining, you thought. You rubbed at your eyes exhaustedly. She was loud. It made you nervous. You couldn't believe the trouble she set off. You smiled to yourself shyly. She was so cute, you thought. You didn't know how to feel about it. You smiled to yourself shyly. But you weren't the only one who had a reaction to the results. Alright, nice, Cherry. Your wide eyes as Xiao's cheers had Tamarack excitedly looking between you and him, not knowing what the celebration was about, but wanting to join in. Thanks for sending it. That plane was really cool. Why would you do that? Yeah, it is. Your throw was perfect. You smiled quietly, but with satisfaction. Yeah, it is. Your throw was perfect. Thanks, and yay for the trash doing something nice. Trash? He brought both his hands to his face and pressed his fingertips into his cheeks with great drama. Even if it's trash to you, it's still important to me. Even if it's trash to you, it's still important to him. You've got that right. It's garbage, you joked. You got that right. It's garbage, you stated. You snickered. She was right, but you wouldn't say that. You covered your face. This was so awkward. What's that about never losing things, Xiao? You glared at her. Poor Xiao. What was that about never losing things, Xiao? With wrinkled brows, Xiao shifted his hands more to the side so he could instead tug at the front strands of his hair, pulling them out straight. I don't know how it's possible. You wouldn't maybe be a sorcerer or a thief, would you, Tamarack? No! Too bad. You thought about how you're so funny. You covered your eyes at the ridiculous. You smiled. You sighed. You smirked. You smirked widely. You thought about how you're so adorable. You felt tired. You just ignored it. He smirked widely. Aw, the sound harmonizing. That's so cute. Xiao finished his pout, straightening up and putting his hands solidly on his hips. He was back to being in control. Yeah, right. You're not in control of anything, bucko. You know, there's nobody out there who's perfect. I accept my mistake, and I'm sorry to you, Forrest, for messing up the place. Aw! That's really nice of you to say, Xiao. Thanks. I think it forgives you. Cool. Watching the two kids interacting, you started thinking about this more and more, going over the whole experience in your head. Your turning thoughts were put on pause when Tamarack suddenly changed the subject. What are you two gonna do now? I've gotta go back. My mama is waiting for me. And I'll walk Cherry there. I gotta make sure she doesn't get lost out here. I should probably see how my Omi and Opa are too. They're old and need help sometimes. She took a big hop closer to you and Xiao, a smile growing on her face as she landed. We could go back together! Alright, we can. Yes, I was just gonna ask that. Well, okay, if you both... Sorry. No, I don't want people coming. Sorry. No, you should stay here. Okay, Tamarack. Bye, Xiao. The two of us are going! You're not in agreement. You shook your head no. Yes, I was gonna ask that. He relaxed his stance, accepting this was really over now. Woohoo! Tamarack snatched up a nearby stick off the ground and directly pointed the end forward the way you had come from. That sounds like such a me thing. To our houses! While chuckling, Xiao used his fists to enthusiastically punch in the air. Homeward bound! We're going back to successful people. Yeah. She had cupped her hands around her mouth to make it extra loud. We are victorious. And so you started to walk through the brown fall brush to get to the neighborhood again, but you weren't going to be alone there. Tamarack bounded ahead, bouncing her arm up and down with the stick like she was the conductor of a marching band. Oh, foreshadowing! While Xiao came alongside you with even casual steps. You were returning to that house. That is so cool. We're gonna save again. Just cause, why not? Return to game. Your new neighborhood had become even more orange-toned by the time you finally returned to it. The far-off sun slowly sank away behind the tallest mountains and forests to sleep for the night. Your shadows grew larger, pulling away from your bodies to reach out into the street ahead. The dark shapes morphed and combined with one another as you walked in your own mismatched rhythm. It's doing that thing again. All while the eyeball chillingness of the outside world got more powerful bit by bit. Tamarack still stayed about 2 steps ahead. Sometimes she was closer, and sometimes she got away from you again. She used her stick to knock at the bushes and lamps along the sidewalk. Xiao was next to you, but had switched things up so that he was taking large skips backwards. You guessed it was to look at you in the face better, or he just thought it was fun. He pointed out the sharpest building on the street as he went. Part of it looked almost like a tower, a different kind than the one in the backyard. See? That's the house from the front. It's great. And that's your house, right? The one in the middle? And Granny owns that house even further away from that one. Cool. One's a triangle. One's kind of... I don't know. They all have triangles, but one's kind of square. Well, mine's normal. His is kind of triangular. Hers is kind of... I don't know how to explain hers. Listen, hers just looks weird, okay? The sound of your steps continued to echo through the cul-de-sac until you came to a stop right in the center of the path. You'd arrived. Okay, this is it. Xiao pulled out an eager grin. We've got to meet up again later. See you, Cherry and Tamarack. Xiao flipped around to go back the same way he had come with you. He needed to return to the pointy red house with the huge backyard. He didn't drop any papers this time. Bye, goodbye. Tamarack put both of her hands up in front of her chest and waved them around. I'm going home too. Tamarack spun in place before dashing further along the sidewalk to the sloped gray house on the other end of the neighborhood. Her bag clunked and jingled at her side the whole way there. You waited there in front of the houses in the dimming evening light, watching the other 2 kids go to their homes right on the same street. Bye, see you later, be careful on your way, thanks for coming with me, it's cool to meet you too. You waved goodbye. You waved your hairs in the air and jumped. You simply stood there. You offered thumbs up. It's cool to meet you too. That was everything. The whole outing was done. In the quiet resolution of your first day in this place, the 2 encounters you had earlier that afternoon drifted through your head. Xiao and Tamarack. Oh my gosh! What? Save. We're saving. We are saving. Oh my gosh, y'all. That's so cool. Okay. I love y'all. I will see you soon, my cherry blossoms, but this is a new development, so I am going to leave y'all with that. This was part 3, and I will see you guys soon in part 4.